Hello, welcome to another episode of Throwback Thursday. I'm your host Hank McRae of Without a Face. Today I'm going to be listening to a band called Silverchair. Their album Frogstomp recently turned 30 years old. Now all I really know about this band is the founding members started playing music in their teenage years, forming different music projects until it eventually became Silverchair. I also know that they are from Australia. I feel like this band doesn't quite get the credit they deserve, even though they have won more ARIA awards. Stands for Australia Recording Artist something, I can't remember what it stands for. The point being, the music industry in Australia has given them the most awards, and they've been nominated the most times. But on a worldwide scale, how well are they really known? Does that even matter though? What matters most is whether or not the music is enjoyable. Another thing I know about this band is that one of my music friends, Nick Blazina, from a band called State of Madison, Silverchair is his favourite band of all time. Or at least at some point it was. Let's get into it. The first song is called Israel's Son. That's a very menacing bass line there. Heavy distorted guitars supporting the bass line. Oh, tempo change there. They're showing a lot of technical ability in this song. The first intro of the song is very tricky to pull off, I think. And now it's sounding more like punk rock. Okay, first impression of Israel's Son. I can tell the lyrical subject matter is very intense. It also reminds me a lot of Tool and Pearl Jam, the very early versions of those bands. But I doubt Silverchair was pulling influence from those bands. I feel their music is very reflective of the 90s rock songs. Alright, this next song evidently is a very big hit song. It's called Tomorrow. Maybe I've heard it, maybe not. Wow, this sounds like alt country rock. Very powerful vocals. The musicality of the guitar leads and the drumming here is very impressive. Great rock song. I mean, I mentioned it sounded like alt country rock, mainly during the verses. But it's also making me think of Stone Temple Pilots and Pearl Jam once again. The next song is called Fault Line. Very intense time signature change here, I believe, is what's happening. Oh yeah, this is rocking. Okay, so Fault Line is a very rocking song. I have to be frank with you, in the beginning I wasn't so sure about the song, and then it won me over in time. It's a song that might be more of a grower, maybe I'll enjoy it the more times I hear it. The next song is called Pure Massacre. I guess he's writing in the literal sense here. This is a very intense song. Very good song. I can tell that this singer really cares about what he's singing about. The next song is called Shade. This is sounding more Americana, old country. I wonder if maybe the band Three Doors Down was influenced by Silverchair. A guitar solo on the clean channel for a change. This is a great rock vocalist here. Another very heavy song, very mid-tempo rock and roll there. The next song is called Leave Me Out. Oh, that was unexpected. It sounded like the sound of a highway or something. I thought they were ending the song like that, and then they came back into it. Okay, that was a very heavy metal riff in Leave Me Out. Not my favourite song on the album. I don't mind it necessarily either. Like if it was playing in someone's house or something, I'm not going to tell them to change it. The next song is called Suicidal Dream. I really like this little touch on the hi-hat that the drummer's doing. Very intense toward the end here. Another tempo change there. Double time. So yeah, I don't know if that's autobiographical or maybe he's singing from the perspective of a character who's having a really rough go of it. In any case, I hope that person has overcome those kind of thoughts. The next song is called Madman. This is very heavy metal. I'm shocked. I don't think I was expecting this from Silverchair. This might be an instrumental song. I always like it when the band as a unit tries to put together an instrumental song. Oh, that was a nice touch. It ended with him saying, Madman. That was a pretty cool heavy metal song. Alright, the next song is called Undecided, starting with a bass line. This is of the slower variety. Oh, here we go. Speeding it up now. I thought it was a decent song. The next song is called Cicada. You know, another band that comes to mind is Black Sabbath. They're making me think of Black Sabbath a lot of the time too. Oh, they're doing some drum noises here toward the end. And some laughter there too. Guess they were taking the piss. Alright, the final song on the album is called Find a Way. They've got it together as one word. Find a Way. Very uplifting song, actually. I think that was a brilliant choice to end it with a very optimistic note. Makes me very curious to hear the rest of the band's discography. So my final thoughts on Frogstomp by Silverchair is that this is a very good debut album. As I said earlier, it sounds very reflective of the times, however, it does kind of take some left and right turns that are unexpected, which I always appreciate in songs. Additionally, while it sounded very reflective of 90s rock and roll, I feel like I was hearing influences from various decades within rock history on this album. And I think these men were very young when they made this album as well, which makes me all the more curious to hear what else they came up with later in their lives. Did they go more experimental? Did they try different instruments, different sounds, and so forth and so on? I'm glad I heard this album. Would I listen to it again from start to finish? I'm not so sure. I think I would rather hear some other album from Silverchair than listen to this again, if I had to choose, you know. Thanks for tuning in to Throwback Thursday. Stay tuned. I think next week I'm going to be covering Toys in the Attic by Aerosmith. Maybe, maybe not. Bye.